Hello, everybody in my classroom. So it's Lucky Maggie's in 2 bits. So as she says, 2 bits to say. She is going to read a book called Coach, and we're going to figure it out together. It's an interesting topic, but so let me introduce myself. So Meg, my name's Maggie. I chose that name for myself in the 4th grade, Meg. I was in a game for Margaret. And my dad calls me a funny giggle name after that. He gives me another nickname after that. So, I've been making a series on YouTube, and my first series was about, well, this is series 1, but my YouTube filming, I jumped on the bandwagon of the pandemic, made believe I was a news reporter trying to cast the news out, just the facts, like, whoa, or just like try to cast interesting words, like pandemic. That was an interesting word. I kept calling it pan-epidemic. The pan-epidemic. I finally got it right. Pandemic. It's only taken me 3 days, and they say it's going to take 30 days to fix the problem. But it only takes 3 days for me to fix that word. It only took 3 days for me to fix that word. Pandemic. Pandemic is better than pan-epidemic. I joke around with words sometimes. It's not really funny at all. This is definitely adult conversation. So, and that was my censor. Adult conversation. About choosing outcomes and accommodations for children. Coach number 2. Originally Coach, 2nd edition, a guide to educational planning for students with disabilities. So my secret is, if you know the secret, which is to chill out for a little while, three seconds, and maybe you'll catch the secret of somebody saying something that's a secret that's really interesting that you can learn interesting things about to learn interesting things. Come on, it'd be fun again. So I used to love interesting things. I loved school. School I learned a lot because I was a second row, second seat, kind of chill out kid that just listened to everything. She was cool. She's Bob Red. I was yeah. They loved me. Teachers. I was the teacher's pet, but I didn't do any Okay, I cleaned the erasers once down in janitor's room in PS8, which is like the dungeon. PS8. Okay, so my channel again was Lucky Maggie's and 2-bit series. So something to say. It's a talk radio. TV show where you don't have to watch it all the time. You kind of put the computer on the side, kind of listen. You have your husband watching TV. You have your computer on the side, and you could watch TV. Elbow him a little bit for the football game. Yeah, it was a great play. You could be listening to Lucky Maggie, and she would tell you about educational stuff. Because when I was doing series 1 about the secret to YouTube, which you have to catch episode 1, series 1, which is the secret to YouTube. Lucky Maggie's in 2 bits, which just means just 2 bits to say. But it's just 2 bits. It's 2 pennies, 2 bits. So, I finally gave that secret. I've been building this company. I've been trying to document literally the technical letters with the technical periods, like episode is EPS period, to document, to kind of have a patent somehow on my business. Which is in 2 bits, which is just talking. So in the last episode, I started to email my doctor. I called my doctor. I started to email my doctor. And I tried Mr. Trump, Mr. President on his campaign trail. He sort of rearranged he was my rhinoceros in business. I listened to his speeches and I got, wow, this guy really knows how to talk. They kept saying he was not Scottish, coming around like Craig Ferguson to the end of the story. And wrapping it all up in one. I was trying that. That wasn't working for me. Wrapping the end up. That's when I started stuttering. Not really like that. But that's good. Portrayal. So they just sort of tell stories and then they explain themselves and then they move on to the topic. That's basically all it was. It was 3 phases, 3 phrases of his committee meeting. This is my impression of how I learned how to talk. On film with herself, videoing herself, so she can have wives with children or just with wives with children. I think I'm going to target. Because when I was doing my original channel, which I kept saying, N 2 bits. Lucky Maggie's. And she has a lot of senior moments where she forgets what her trail was of her thoughts to finish the statement about what she was teaching about herself. But that comes out never, I don't think. I don't think the topic ever pops up again, except she never stops talking, so you learn more about her. She never shows up. To go on to the main topic, which is reading to you. So this is the classroom and 2 bits. This is what came out in series 1. Episode 1 was I emailed my doctor last night, which made me feel very comfortable. And I settled down from my epidemic from the pandemic, which was I got a migraine last night that I just couldn't get rid of. It started, I guess, on the 8th, and I did like 9. I did 10 videotapes to get a series on YouTube, which is going to be classroom. From all my books I've had at college, I never read. It would have been smart to read the books, but who has time to read books in college? I did graduate school very well. I read an excellent novel while I almost passed all 4 classes, but I got 3 A's and a W that's turned to F. So I think 2 semesters worth of that. I think it was 2 A's, then 2 A's, or A and a W. Yeah, it was 3. I think it was 3 with the W that turned into an F. For a sad story, but I'm not going to talk sad stories anymore. Only to like therapists. So I think I quit smoking. And that was one of my episodes. But I didn't label it as episode series. Okay, so it was a secret. So you got to look at series number 1, episode 1, to learn a secret of YouTube. But what I'm doing, what happened out in episode number 1, which has been unfolding since the pandemic that I learned about on Facebook, of all places, your friend knows somebody who's involved in the pandemic. Now I have a little bit more empathy for people. That's what I learned. I have a little bit more empathy for people. That's what I learned. So what I'm going to read, I'll just quickly go to the classroom because then we're going to not babble. So a classroom for women who have children. I don't know if it's adopted and non-adopted children or not. You have to make that decision. So I will censor it. I'll censor it as something. I'll say censor on mine because I keep trying to do public, not for children, but it's very difficult to work a computer program to make something that's not going to hurt anybody. So on the World Wide Web, www, choosing outcomes and accommodations for children, Lucky Maggies, and 2 bits. Number 2. So what I'm going to do is try to target women who have children who have to do something at night when they're trying to figure out that they don't want to, crochet anymore and do old people stuff like grandma and grandpa stuff, but that they want to, or paint their career, but they want to do their hobby, which is learning about all the books that she collected from all the schooling that she's went to. I think it starts from graduate school and up. I say graduate school and up. Oh, and there's my, yeah. Okay, so little cultural. So anyway, it's going to be a classroom. So when he's watching the football game, you have nobody to talk to, and it's like, this really sucks at 46 to 52, and you're like, I want a divorce and go find something fun to do at 46, because you feel like you went over the hill, because we all do at 46, go over the hill, and you have to figure out what to do by yourself while they're enjoying watching football, because you can't leave their side because you're married to them. So he's watching football, and you're elbowing him. Hopefully you have a 2-seater couch. You could listen to me. You don't have to watch me. Nobody wants to watch me. Very boring. It's like I'm talking to my computer. Not very exciting for me. But I'll try not to make funny pieces, and I'll try to talk better so I won't mumble on my series, which I've been doing. So I'm going to try to read a book by Michael F. Giangranco. We're just skipping to the classroom because we've all been there, women. Chi J. Cloninger and Virginia Salce Inversion. That's how it starts. Choosing Outcomes and Accommodations for Children. Coach. 2nd edition. A Guide to Educational Planning for Students with Disabilities. This is my favorite subject in the whole wide world. It really is. I only studied it because the commute had like all slow lanes. I had one dangerous part on the bridge. I made that every time. 2nd edition by Michael Granco. Michael was University of Vermont, Burlington. Chi was University of Vermont, Burlington, so in the same place. And Virginia was University State I-Team, Burlington. I'm just going to make this into the IEP team. I'm going to try to censor this as much as possible. Just can't any little ears. Anybody that's living in your household is listening to what you're trying to do in your household. That you have absolutely every right to have mutuality, independence in your own living household. I'm Virginia Salce Inversion, which sounds like she has a maiden name. Is Master's of Education, Vermont State I-Team. She's State I-Team, Vermont State, so it sounds like college. So it could be Vermont State now, University of Vermont. So it's all taking. I love Vermont. I've never been there, but if I ever wanted to go somewhere, it'd be Vermont. So I had gone over this book before. I'm gonna start my highlighted areas. We've been on for 10 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm gonna try to do like 50 minutes because that's the attention span of people. And it's a classroom, so it's a 50-minute class. It's not gonna be still life. So, where I did 4 hours of drawing. Naturally, people naked on carpeted stages with bird masks, and I would love to show you some of my stuff, but it's up on Tumblr. Collaborative teamwork is essential to quality education. So right there, principle number 3. So I will just do the book reading like I usually do, which is not reading a book fully through, but just skipping around. Right? Short-term objectives, annual goals. Short-term objectives, annual goals. It's just as educational, but you can listen to it, man, and take it as business or anything you want. Determining a student's educational program. You know, that part of you that got involved at one point, and then, like, I'm talking about a man and a woman. Oh, look, Save the Egg. Ready to read? Yeah. Wonder Pets. Like, this is also a book. It's a book I have. Now, come on. If I'm not supposed to be an educational teacher for all ages, but to target the mothers and, you know, save the fathers for being along for the ride. And look, there's the father. Right there. Well, there's the mother. Woo! She's doing it. She's doing all the work. She's so happy. Look, she has a little pilgrim's hat on. Look, we have ducks here. They're so cute. But it's not a young duck. Look, she's so happy. She's so happy. She's happy. Look, they have the same hats on. Right. So, targeting fathers, not really. They should be sitting along for the ride watching football. Her listening to half of it. And so husbands and wives. And the mother, they all have the same hat on, all W's. Woohoo! Wonder Pets. And I thought it was a pilgrim. That's what it looks like in reverse. It's like a pilgrim, so now I see it. And mothers should be paying attention to everything. Ready to read books. Offer children a world of possibilities at 4 different reading levels. So if anybody wants me to read this book and interpret the guide that I see in this book, and that's what I'm saying, I'm a guide. I talk about random things. I try to keep on topic, but I did learn my rhinoceros training class, and it is get to the point. Get to the point. Just get to the point. But if you get to the point, then everybody stops listening to you. Save the egg. Now, I did read this book once. But it's about it's pre-level 1, recognizing words, starting to read, level 2, reading independently, level 3, and reading proficiently, level 3, and reading independently, level 2. So I surprised everybody. I'm so sorry for that. But she had a plan the whole time, which was get a channel on YouTube, which is her classroom. So she's very nice. She does not make mean faces, even though she might have in the past. She's not going to yell and scream at you. She does have to talk louder so you can hear me. And what I said is I'm not going to yell and scream at you. If you don't get it, just listen. If you want to write messages, it's such a pain in the butt to get involved on a computer because you'd rather have it in person. Then don't worry about commenting. I don't think that's what it's about. I think they're up to dislikes and likes now. Back again on YouTube. Which I found out from a professional gentleman who was teaching me about careers. I call him JCM. So I have things highlighted. So I was discussing in the very beginning, and I know that I learned how to speak, which is phrase 1, phrase 2, phrase 3, pause for 5, stop for any questions which you don't have. So you're not here with me. I'm on a computer staring at a screen teaching you. So hopefully you're looking at me as I'm your teacher in the front of the classroom. I will finish this video and say I said a lot. If you have to watch it 2 or 3 times to get all my concepts, I labeled about 10 concepts today in my classroom. But the best part, there's no homework. There's no no writing, paper, resource at all that you need for this. I mean, I need writing. I have like one pad left of paper that I had drawing line designs for stained glass. I'm just like, they were so light. They were like 3 lines each. So I just started writing over them because I really need paper to plan my channel for YouTube, which is Lucky Maggie's, because I'm very happy to have an outlet to project my ideas about how to teach children, adults, any age group, but I will try to, when I say my series 1, episode 2, I will try to say censorship. That's it, that's what we used to say, right? Censorship. We never, PG-13 came out, I'll just read censorship, and write classroom. Teaching classroom, and the title, which I can't write exactly because I'd be stealing, choosing outcomes and accommodations for children. So I'll just write choosing accommodations for families. Because I hopefully will be in their living room, try to teach them. If they have anything like, Johnny, your socks smell, I will be able to try and coach them into a better relationship in a home unit, which my family, as my sister, as I instant messaged her today, coming out of nowhere. This is my what do you call this? Oh, fake news. It's my fake news about what I did on instant messaging. So, my sister doctor, I said, come again. That's my dog. I said, okay. I said on instant messaging to my doctor sister. Doc says, I said, coming out of nowhere, but I respect you. Period. And I'll leave out the men's business stuff. And okay, time to get off because he okay. We have my landlord coming today, who's outside roaming around, and great guy. And the cough, which has been around for ages, generations. I'll say one last news. Okay, because I did say I was going to be a little bit of a newscaster. Okay, Egypt's been mentioned a lot. That really hits home for me because I learned in the 6th grade about Mesopotamia, which was the Fertile Crescent, which was a beginning of civilization on this planet, which I think is really funny. And hopefully you'll be ready to read. I'm setting myself up with props. You know that, but the social story, but I'm going to leave that to people who might have been really intelligent to understand what I said, because I said really darn fast. Yeah, I just had to put my real self out there, but I will do it to TV for 8 more years until I get a conference somewhere where I can figure out what my plan, project, and pro was, and, be the mediator. I really want to be a liaison, but I was the liaison here for the project, and the reconstruction project became restoration, and I went from Mooley, it was really prejudice, but it's not. It didn't start as prejudice when we started the word. Moullie. From liaison to mediator. So I mediated myself into my own liaison to get my own business, which was what my Rhino doctor also said, just keep charging forward. So I kept feeling like I was like bullying everybody into everything, blaring people. Remember, that was my other channel, blaring people with news, like blaring people with early morning news. It was a crazy personality. I just wanted to put my personality out there to see if anybody wanted to see my personality to watch my channel. But I figured out how to Google myself to get my channel up there, or in some sort of order where it's great. That's the secret. So if you want to learn the secret, which is the secret to the secret, which is you end your episode with the last secret from the last episode, if they want to find it, see the last episode to see if they want to see more of you. Hopefully I labeled it all Lucky Maggies, but hopefully I'm patented as N2 bits. And that's it. So the egg is tipping off. Yes, this is the Wonder Pets are saving an egg that, okay, nobody gets the book. Alright, look at that. We'll stop reading to read. But the Wonder Pets, right, which is that's like great grandpa turtle. The Wonder Pets, the big W on their cell, they all have Wonder hats on. They're going to save an egg. They're going to save an egg that is tilting off the cliff. I wonder how it happens. But I don't know. I'll wait for a child to come for some reason to read it. It's a picture book. I'm not doing preschool. Okay? It's kind of like post baccalaureate continuing education. So I'm sorry, on my Instagram page when I was trying to do IGTV, I said postgraduate, meaning that I was trying to pick in post baccalaureate my subject area for graduate school. So paid all my bills. All the bills are paid up. So Principle 6 is a really interesting one, but I just highlighted it and didn't even get there. So we have 6 principles to possibly discuss if anybody's interested in learning something. I might pick a new topic if I don't get any views or any messages. But as I said, I tricked you there. As I said, no homework. You don't have to comment on anything. Hopefully, you got some interesting points of fluffy clouds. That's all I am. Big, little fluffy. I'm just a fluffy cloud, and fluffing around and swirling around and puffing up ideas and keep I can dissipate into thin air. It's a cloud. It's like the iCloud. I had a friend who was so paranoid about the iCloud that I went so much as to make YouTube a very successful, I think, how it runs, if I know anything about how technology's been run and everything, like, lines together. An iCloud, my own personal iCloud. So this will be my background. I got deer and ducks and lights and wolves and kawaii and triads and a big bird who was cheering me on. And when I made that, and I finished that last lick of the bird, I said, "Ugh, I gotta do it. I just got to." And I did. 5 out of scale of 1 to 10. Puppy iCloud. If you like me, we'll see what she comes up with next. You never know. She might change the topic. See you guys all later. It's 21:44. First classroom. That's what we usually do. You got the syllabus for today. No synopsis scenario. Sedated. Solution. So long. Bye.